Joseph Mengele was born on March 16, 1911, and in 1937 joined the Nazi Party, where he received a medical degree and joined the SS. He was promoted to captain and transferred to Auschwitz. He was known as the Angel of Death. After the war, he fled to South America and lived there for 35 years. He died in 1979, and it wasn't until 1992 that they found his body in a grave marked Wolfgang Gerhard. He was known for interest in twins, dwarfs, and different color irises, also people with physical handicaps and giantism. He experimented with gypsy children with Noma. He tried to create synthetically blue eyes. His experiments mostly were on twins, approximately 3,000. He tried to transfuse blood with one twin to another. He also tried to befriend the children. Experiments: freezing, genetics, interrogation and torture, killing, high altitude, sterilization, surgery, and traumatic injuries. Here's a few pictures of some of the twins. Death March to Gliwice. This is Richard Baer, SS Senior Post Officer and Commandant of Auschwitz I. He was in charge of moving all the inmates to different locations. On January 17th, 65,000 prisoners fit to march left with the evacuations. Those who were not fit to march stayed with the prisoner physician and remained behind. January 18th, inmates were given double bread rations. Men possessed little more than a thin prisoner uniform, a food bowl, and wooden clogs held by cloth. That night, SS men drove inmates through deep snow and stormy weather. Some prisoners had to carry SS men's belongings or push them in carts. If any of the inmates fell or faltered, they were shot immediately. Some were too weak, gave up, and died in the snow. They didn't have any strength left, and they died. Each person took care of himself. Total chaos. Whoever lived, lived. Whoever died, died. This is the map of the journey they took. It was about 50 miles, and it took 3 weeks to make the journey. At the end of this trek, prisoners were given a loaf of bread. They were then divided into various transports or cattle cars. German workers would throw bread into the carts and laugh as they fought over the bread. Here's a quote from Knight. Some were transported to concentration camps in Bergen, Buchwalden, or Gross-Rosen. Prisoners were then forced to perform slave labors in the underground camps. They were made aircraft and rockets under the inhumane conditions that the Germans had. Some cars went to Mauthausen concentration camps. The prisoners were turned away due to overcrowding. They rerouted to Norshausen, and 3,500 of the 4,000 made it alive. Few were liberated.